He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. He who's faithful in what is least, in other words, what's little. How many of you know that faithfulness in time matters? See, that's why we don't need Filipino time, we don't need American time, we need God's time. We need on time. See, faithfulness in time is important because time is very valuable and important because you and I live in time and we only have so much time. How faithful are you with your time? Are you on time? Or are you always late? Faithfulness with time is important because when we understand the value of time in the natural, it helps us to understand that with God, there are times and seasons. And when we are faithful in natural things, then God can entrust to us spiritual things. If we are faithful in little things, then we grow in our ability to handle bigger things. I believe God has bigger things for all of you. Let me say that again. I believe God has bigger things for all of you. If you're an employee in a job, be faithful. Don't just advertise you're a Christian. Live as a faithful Christian on the job. And if you're going to share with people at work, which I think is wonderful, just make sure that you're doing your job first and you're doing a good job. And the people look at you and they go, man, I like this guy. I like this girl. Man, they are diligent. They're on time. They come early and they work hard. Man, I like them. And your work ethic speaks. Why? You're a faithful employee. And if there's a challenge in the company and they're thinking, man, there's some people we have to let go of, they look at you and they're going, you know what? You should be the first one I fire because you were the last one I hired and you have no seniority. But your work ethic and your faithfulness, I need you. I like to have you working for me. These other ones, I can live without them, but you I like. And then they find out, what is the difference? Then they find out you're a believer. Then they find out that you go to church. They find out that you have a relationship with God. And it wasn't your preaching that impressed them. It was your walk, not just your talk. Why? You're a faithful employee. You work hard. A faithful man will be blessed. Who can find a faithful man and a faithful woman? I believe that the greatest testimony that we have in the community is people of New Life. You get around the people of New Life, when they tell you they're going to do something, man, they do it. They say they're going to be there, they are there. They say they're going to help you, they're going to help you. They say they're going to get involved, they are there. They are faithful to their word. Our word must mean something. If you don't have faith in your word, it will actually hinder you in trusting God's word. We need to be faithful in what is least. Oh, but it's just a little thing. It doesn't matter. I'll be faithful when it's a big thing. No, because you haven't developed it. Faithfulness in big things is not a switch that you can turn on because you haven't developed it. Because you need to be faithful in what is least. It doesn't seem all that important. It doesn't seem that big. And besides, no one sees and no one knows. And it's not that big a deal. Oh, God sees everything. And the thing is, you're not always doing what you do so you can be seen. You do what you do, and it develops you as a person. It develops your character. It develops your integrity. And as you're being obedient to be faithful in the little things, you're developing yourself into a faithful man, into a faithful woman. And before you know it, the little things have become more and more, and now you are responsible and you can handle big things as easy as you used to handle little things. And the promotion and the increase comes to you. And the handling of money comes to you. And the way you handle people and treat people and the increase, it comes to you. I'm just going to pray to be blessed. I'm just going to pray to be blessed. It doesn't work that way. You can pray over your field all you want. But if you don't plant anything, you will be praying until your lips fall off. Nothing will happen. Because whatever a man sows, that shall he also, whatever you sow. So when you sow, see, one of the reasons I want to sow faithfulness into my family is I want to reap it. If you sow division and strife, you will reap. You cannot sow division and reap unity. You cannot sow unfaithfulness and reap faithfulness. I want to be a faithful man to my wife because I want a faithful man for my daughter. I want to be a faithful man to my wife, and Shadi wants to be a faithful wife to me because I want faithful daughters for my sons. I want faithful wives for my boys. Young ladies that love God. Young ladies that look at my sons and say, that's the only man for me for the rest of my life. A faithful heart. Because as we grow older, we're not as good looking as we used to be. You know what happens when you're faithful? You don't live with a lot of regrets in life. And regret is a horrible thing. It is a weight and it is a pain that is hard to get rid of. My goal in life is not to be successful. Even though I want to be successful, and I will be successful, I believe that I am successful. But my goal was not to be successful. My goal is to be faithful. And if I am faithful, I'll be a success. What is the key to success? Well, being faithful. Well, if you diligently obey this word, if you meditate on it day and night and observe to do, if you're faithful to meditate on it, if you're faithful to do it, then you make your way prosperous and you'll have good success. It says you do it. In other words, your choices in faithfulness determine you making your way prosperous and successful. See, we're praying for God to bless us, and God is praying or hoping that we'll be faithful. God bless me. I want to be successful. Be faithful. You'll be successful. No, I want to be successful, then I'll be faithful. No. Be faithful, and then success will come. And when success comes, continue to be faithful. And that is a challenge with success, because when we get success and we get prosperity, we forget to continue in our faithfulness. Because now I have what I always wanted. No, that's not what you always wanted. What you always wanted was not the house, not the car, not the money. That is not our goal in life. I finally made it. I got what I always wanted. Why sell yourself so short? As if the house, the car, the money, the clothes, the travel, that was our goal. My goal is to obey God and to be faithful with what He's entrusted to me. Be blessed. Enjoy the house. Enjoy the car. I don't care. Enjoy 10 cars. Have an airplane. Enjoy it all. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the best that life has. Just make sure that's not the goal of your existence. In Him we live and move and have our being. I have a purpose. I'm a steward. And all these things that come to me, they're not just mine, but I've been entrusted with them. How am I going to handle them? And the story that Jesus gave us in Matthew about how the master gave 5 talents to one, 2 talents to one, and 1 talent to another. The truth in life, as we sit here today, we're not the same. Some of you have 5. Some of you have 2. Some of you have 1. People here today are much more blessed than others in one area or another. You may have more money, but you're not a better person. It doesn't matter if you have 1 talent or you have 5. You're all just as valuable to God. It doesn't matter if you drove in a Mercedes or you walked out of a squatter's area and came to church and you're sitting here today. Doesn't matter. Before God, you're all equal. But the responsibility is not.